Hey there! So today we have another video, and this has nothing to do with craft beer. This is actually about football. So this is about fantasy football. If you guys want to skip ahead, please do. Talk about the nitty gritty about my Week 11 lineup and all the other football stuff. But this is about getting into football. I've been into football like maybe around when Mahomes got in the league and it became amazing. So we're talking about like 4 or 5 years, right? Something like that. Anyway, um, uh, talk about like first off, the number one question is like what team you're into. What's your team? I don't really necessarily have a team. I'm into just like great football. I watch PFF, Brett Coleman. I really like the nitty gritty of sports of talk about baseball, like about pitch framing from catchers and um, analytics on analytics on like basketball stuff, football, just I've been trying to learn, the X's and O's, right? Like learn about routes, press coverage, banjo defense, cover two Tampa, uh, you know, robber defense, like random like geeky stuff. Not really that good into it, but stuff that like coaches like and all that kind of cool stuff. So I just like good football. Like what do I like? Mahomes, come on, Allen, Herbert, great defenses. Yeah, I just like good stuff. Like I just like watching great, great football. I just like watching great football, and that doesn't necessarily mean always like it doesn't always necessarily mean always the best teams, right? Sometimes like the best, some of the best games are like back and forth games by like some of the poor teams. So so let's dig into my fantasy football experience. So I've been into football. I've never actually played fantasy in my entire life. So I got into it this year with my work at Sanford Brewing. And so we have 10 person league. And we have a couple people that I think played it before, but like mostly like inexperienced people, including myself. And so I was actually number 10. And so I uh, picked 10 and wheel. I got Mixon and Devontae Adams. And then my week one roster looks like Derek Carr, Mixon, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Adams, Mike Williams, Waller, Allen Robinson second, Jake Elliott, and Jake Elliott obviously with the Eagles. Um, they don't have to kick field goals, so I got rid of him. And then the rest of my lineup or on my bench was Damian Pierce, Chase Edmonds, Cordell Patterson, Lazard, Tua, and then Higby, and then DeAndre Hopkins, which we'll get back to. So where am I at on week 11? I'm 5-5. like so first off on Yahoo, I'm projected to do uh, be third place despite being 5-5. Had some rough weeks. I mean, like fantasies like that. Like Tua, I lost 1 week injury, or yeah, a really bad injury. So I just lose that week. I lost 1 week by like 1 point. I had a bye week. Like everybody was on bye because I had Carr, Waller, and Devontae, and I think someone else, I think Mixon or somebody was on bye. So like I literally lost everybody on bye week. So that's just a loss. You're gonna take that loss. So I'm 5-5 and like looking to crush. And so what do I look like at week 11? So I have Rodgers. Um, yeah, I have two on the bench because bye week. Um, and then I could have maybe played Trevor Lawrence, but I'm going to trust Rodgers. And then obviously I have Mixon, Barkley, Devontae, um, Damian Pierce, Lazard, Higby, Young Ho Koo, and then I have the Bengals defense against Pittsburgh. So that's my lineup. And you have a great question. Where is your DeAndre Hopkins? Oh my God. So one of my coworkers, he actually didn't play in the league, but he's like way more experienced about football than me and fantasy specifically. He's like, well, DeAndre is going to be out for like 6 weeks suspension. After that, you're going to want him. And I drafted him. The dumb Yahoo app is so bad where if you add somebody, so I think I ought to drop somebody. I have to drop Allen Robinson or somebody. I want to drop somebody. And how the app works is if you add a waiver, it offers you to save that player, or it just like it says add a player, save, and then you have an offer. You're able to drop everybody on that same screen. So I'm like sitting there. I'm like, what does this mean? Like I have open slots, but I have to drop somebody. So I dropped DeAndre Hopkins because I needed somebody for those coming weeks. It's like I don't need DeAndre Hopkins for another 3 4 weeks. So I dropped DeAndre Hopkins. Could you imagine what my lineup looks like? I would have Tua top 10 quarterback, Mixon Barkley top 10 running backs. I would have Devontae Adams and DeAndre Hopkins. top 10, like I would crush a league. I mean, like you, you have 5 of the top 10 players in a 10-man league. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, come on. But whatever. So I lost DeAndre Hopkins, and he's crushing, obviously. And then on my bench, I have Keenan Allen, which I'm questionable about. Mike Williams might come back. I've run out more on the bench. Somehow they allowed me to get both the Patriots and Cowboys defense for the top two defenses in in fantasy. So coming weeks, I'm gonna crush people with the right defense, and then have Waller on IR. So that's my lineup. I don't know if I can move anything like Lazard. Uh, I mean Higby. I can't like. There's the tight end is so rough. Like there's nobody able to really like crush. But then again, Cooper Cup's out, so I have Higby. On a Rams offense. So that sounds good to me, I guess, right? Just by Cooper Cup being out, or with Cooper Cup being out, and then hopefully Mike Williams come back. I'd activate him and put him over Lazard. I'm actually really lucky I got Damian Pierce because again, that same Coker. Shout out to Mike. Mike's my guy. He was like, "Hey, just draft this Damian Pierce," and I'm like, now he's like going to be, he's second place for offensive rookie of the year. Like, man, he's been crushing it. So I'm really happy to get Damian Pierce. And watching his film, oh my god, you guys, if you guys know any football, if you're still watching, look up Damian Pierce on YouTube highlights. That is so dumb. Like he is nuts. There's playing against the Jaguars. I watched it like 3 times again. He it took 6 guys to take him down. Like, man, that play was absolutely insane. It was like, I mean, not as insane as up there with the Marshall Lynch play, but like, wow, like you shook so many six guys to take him down. Like, um, yeah, thankfully, I mean, I lost Tua a couple weeks. Waller on IR, like Mike Williams has been out, so like I've had like up and downs, but like thankfully, like Barkley's been crushing, Devontae's been crushing, Mixon been crushing. I hit almost, I think I hit 180 points. That might be the season record of my fantasy, um, like my fantasy group. I hit 180 points. Thank you to Joe Mixon for like that, like 45 or 50 point. I think it's 45 something, 45 fantasy points. So crush that week. That was fun. But I'm really hoping to close it out. Like I'm 5-5 right now. I'm actually playing against one of my coworkers. She is 10-0. She's never played fantasy. She's 10-0. Granted, she has Eckler, Kelsey, and Mahomes. That's like 75 points, just like average out. Like you give 3 players 75 points. Like what are you supposed to do about that? So this week, I'm hoping to get lucky and like um, if I beat her, then like it's looking easier throughout. So and again, if Mike Williams comes back in, if Wally comes back in, we'll see. But um, yeah, it's been really fun. Honestly, like it's just really cool. I really like. I'm going to miss it because like once football's over, like I'm not gonna have fantasy. I'm not gonna be like checking out my apps. Like I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. So we'll say, but like it's been really fun. Enjoying fantasy. If you guys enjoy fantasy, that's what I'm up to. And yeah, obviously now, well, yeah, now I'm Tua. So like really cool. I actually drafted Carr before Tua. I think. Yeah, because I was like hoping for like the Devontae Carr thing going on. Carr's been terrible, so I obviously have Tua, which is really lucky. So that's been absolutely insane. And like Barkley, like we're like, ooh, is Saquon gonna work? Crushing it this year. Um, Mixon's been great. Thankfully I didn't like have a high pick, and I didn't get like Jonathan Taylor or something like that. That's been, I mean, other than last week, like he's been like, oof. So I have a pretty good team. I'm really happy about it. Until next time, guys. Cheers later.